See, how do I try to figure out how to mount this thing? Okay, I think I got it. We're gonna go like this. Oh wait. Oh, steering wheel's in the way. Over here? Nope. Like that? Nope. There we go. I think that will work right there. Oh wait, part of the dash is in the way. I need to get more hip. What's up, blown dart? I need to get more hip and have ways to mount phones in these things. What's up, guys? I'm actually just sitting in a parking lot running errands with the woman, so I'm not much of a Barnes and Noble guy. That requires reading. I like watching picture shows and not reading. All right, I guess I'm just gonna hold this thing. But I did go inside and get myself a cafe and a cookie. I haven't done one of these live things in forever. So if you guys got any questions or anything, go ahead and hit me up. Water, ugh. Richard, Pettytown, North Carolina, yeah. I wish I was on that side of the world too. This side of the world sucks. There's like no racing. There's hardly anything. You guys out there have a racetrack, what, every 50 miles? Out here, I gotta drive hours to the next racetrack. How's the friend's black dart? It's actually really good, but he won't drive it because it had 67 taillights in it when he wanted it to look like a 68. So he was too embarrassed to drive something with 67 taillights. So I had to modify the car to put 68 taillights in it so he wouldn't be ashamed to drive it. What about building a Torino? Actually, it's funny you bring that up because I built a Torino Talladega years ago before YouTube, and the guy just hit me up that has it, and I can buy it back. And I actually kind of want to. I like Torino Talladegas. Crap.
Hey, Bo, you want to sell it?
Nope.
No?
No.
Nice one.
Thank you.
Sorry to bother you, Lately. I know you're on the phone.
Oh, no problem.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Someone just asked if they want to buy the General. Nope. All right, where did I leave off at? So the Torino, when are you going to work on the 68 police car? Actually, that's coming up. I'm trying to get back on the YouTube algorithm. I mean, I'm terrible with that. You know, the problem with YouTube, if you don't post regularly, they kick you off like you don't even exist anymore. Even your followers have a hard time, seeing your videos if you're not following the YouTube algorithm. So I'm trying to get better at that by posting at least once a week. It's just, with life and working and, now baby, there's not as much free time to try and do that, but I'm getting better at it. Can't wait for the Wing Warrior. Yeah, I know that thing's gonna be freaking bitchin'. Alright, where did I leave off at? No racetrack here either. That sucks. Gots to have racetracks. Yeah, I do get offers a lot all the time. Everywhere I go. You want to sell that? You want to sell that? A lot of it's just like, I don't know where it's like everyone else. I don't know if it's like everywhere else, but there's a lot of gypsy flippers here that just, they try and buy stuff cheap so that way they can get maximum dollar for it, and it's annoying. The picture you put in, I thought you were Woody Harrelson. How are the mufflers working out on the General? I can hear you right now, so they're working pretty good. Before, on long road trips, you just lose your hearing, so I can still hear right now. Wait, that didn't make sense. I can't hear you because you're texting. Sorry. I need more brain food. There we go. Oof. Northern Ireland, and you want a 69 Charger. They're there, but you guys to have lots of monies. I don't even have that. A lot of people ask, a lot of people think I'm like rich because I have a bunch of Chargers, but a lot of my Chargers are just pieces of shit. Like, there's only a couple that are drive worthy. And I bought most of these cars, you know, before this big boom or this hype, and I did a lot of wheeling and dealing and trading to get them. So as for shoveling out a bunch of money on cars, the most expensive Charger I had ever bought was that black 69 RT 4-speed Charger. Paid $28,000, and that was a lot of money to me. A lot. Am I going to watch the F1? No, that's boring. Those guys are afraid to even bump tires. I'm going dirt racing next week. We're going to be bumping lots of tires. The Coronet police car, so the plan for that Coronet police car. I'm going to do a will it run and drive video because that car is actually really cool and it's unique. It's been sitting since 1972 when it sold at the police auction. It is 100% complete how it was sold at the auction. I want to do a will it run and drive video with that car, and then I have an 871 blower that car is just begging for, so it would be cool. Give the police an upper hand, put an 871 blower on it, then see what Bo and Luke can do. All right, where are we at? You ever hear from Dalton Pole Barn Garage? Actually, yeah, I just met him for the first time at Duct Tape Drag. Super cool dude. Like, we hit it off. Like, me and him are cut from the same cloth. We hung out and bullshitted, drank beer. I had a good time with Pole Barn. Where's the boosted wagon? It's sitting where a lot of the cars I work on are, in a Quonset in North Dakota. He's waiting, it needs a tune. So he's got some guy that he's been waiting on a couple years to get a tune done. Am I married yet? No, not married, just permanently attached at the hip. Buff's Garage, great to meet you even though you're a Mopar guy. So, a lot people think I'm like Mopar or no car. I'm really not. Like, I love muscle cars. It just happens to be that Mopar has the cooler looking ones. But Ford has got some pretty badass cars. Chevy's got some badass cars. You know, Buick. I love the Buick GSX Stage 3, that yellow. That thing's badass looking. So I like a lot of muscle cars. Alright, where are we at? Trick Flow 240s or 270s? 270s. Don't even bother with 240s. They're okay, but they have a huge gap from the intake manifold, or from the cylinder head to the valley pan. And you know what their fix for that is when you call them? Oh, just fill it with silicone. And we're talking like a huge gap. They're like, oh, just fill it with silicone. The 270s don't have that problem. Big block Mopar versus Gen 3 Hemi, which is more funner in a B-body. I like big blocks, just the torque that they make instantly. And the problem with big blocks, though, is they have small block heads on them. I mean, when you get one, the cylinder heads don't flow for shit. So if you get a big block, say a 440, and you put a mild cam in it, one of the first things you should really do is just cylinder head upgrade. Just put some like Trick Flow 270s on it or something decent, and it will make killer power on the top end. So you'll have your low end grunt with the cubes, and then you'll have your top end from the cylinder heads. As for the modern Hemi, if you stroke them, then you'll get that torque. But the modern Hemis have phenomenal cylinder heads on them. I mean, you can make power with dinky cams. So I like them both, but when you pop the hood and you look underneath the hood, you can't beat a big block. Sometimes those plastic intake manifolds and all that crap on the Gen 3 Hemis is just, ugh. Alright. Your channel popped up and I recognized the charger from duct tape drags. Yeah, so yeah, fool's gold I call it, the 71 RT. That's going to be getting some upgrades. At Matt's, we're gonna put some massive front and rear tires on it and then go out there and kick some ass. And then we're gonna put some sticky front and rear tires on it and try and embarrass the Pro Touring $100,000 car guys with this hunk of shit. I bet I will beat them. It'll be fun. How's the sister Chevelle coming? Yeah, she just called me on that. She's like, you're slacking. I'm like, I know, but you know, the Chevelle doesn't make me any money, so it's kind of like a side project. I'm gonna get back on it. I'd love very much for you to see you restore the 70 RTSE green Charger from Texas. Yeah. The best way to sum up that car, sorry for my language, but that car is fucked. That thing is not kidding restored. It is El Junco from the top to the bottom. When the aluminum transmission has rotted off the engine, the leaf springs rotted off the body, you can tell what gears are in it by not even pulling the pumpkin. It's all the pulleys on the engine rotted off to where it's just the belts just dangling there. I mean, the car is bad. How much you charge to build a 69 Charger resto mod? Louis Lou? They're getting pretty expensive. First, you got to find one. I mean, that's going to be the biggest part of the bill, finding one. They're getting so expensive. Why aren't you into old school four-wheel drive trucks? I was never a truck person. Never really was. My first truck, I was racing circle track, and I needed a truck to pull the trailer. And so my buddy tells me, he's like, hey, why don't you get a Ford Lightning? And I'm like, the hell's a Ford Lightning? He's like, it's a supercharged single cab short bed. They look kind of cool. So I went down and looked at one, and I'm like, yeah, that's kind of cool looking, like a 2000. And so I bought it, beat the shit out of it. And we used to race people, because I built the motorway up. I would race people with the race car on the trailer and beat them. But I do like, I'm really coming around to the old school four-wheel drive trucks, to get back to your question. So I will, my buddy had one for sale, and I really like it, but I showed it to the woman. She's like, eh. So,
that's not the original, was it, for the show?
No, it's a clone.
Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the motor in it you're running?
It's a 440.
440?
Yeah, it's just a built-up 440, but...
Nasty little motor.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, it runs good.
Back in the old days, before your time, we had GTOs and 442s, and we'd run the 383 Chargers, and they were okay, but the 440 automatic was unbelievable. They were quick. I mean, they were heavy cars in those days.
Yeah.
Not like today, where these cars are running in the high 12s, low 13s. But I remember those crazy days. In a Hemi, if you didn't have that thing tuned right, it ran like a dog.
Yeah.
Just like a tri-power goat.
Oh, yeah. I'm actually on the phone right now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But, no, it was nice to talk to you.
Hey, see you later.
Yep. All the time. All right, where was I at? Are you going to work on General Mayhem again? I don't see that in the future anytime soon. You going to do anything with your duct tape drags car? Yes. Yep. I'm going to beef it up, make it more funners. What did you think of Sleeper Bub's Gremlin? I don't know who that is. Build a General Lee from a Crown Vic? Nah, never gonna happen. I don't like that. The interior looks stupid. The car looks wrong. I don't like it. And you spend a ton of money on metal to build a Crown Vic Charger, and I don't, just not me. I don't like them. Am I liking where I live now? Yeah, it's better. I have more room, but it's HOA, so I always fight them. I like to piss them off, so I do it on purpose, actually. What intake is best with those 270 trick flows? Well, they sell an intake that bolts right to it. It's pretty good. Trick flow does, I mean. Can you explain what the heck the difference between the bodies is for a dummy? EB, oh, okay. It's just the platform. Like Chevelles, or like GM has like your A, B, and E, ABC platform, I think. And with Mopar, it's the same thing. Like a lot of the platforms are shared between different models. So the Charger, Coronet, Satellite, GTX, Roadrunner, I mean, Belvedere, they all share the same platform. The only difference is like the roof structure and the outer skins. Everything else is the same. What wagon are you in now? It's not a wagon, it's the General Lee. If you are restomodding a Coronet for a lot less money, yeah. I guess you're at the Barnes & Noble on Rainbow. I didn't know there was another one here. Yeah, the General starts conversations everywhere. Yeah, streaming in a bright orange Charger is not a good idea. Yes, I moved. When is the modified coming out? My dirt modified, it's actually working on it right now, because next week is the Duel in the Desert, but I don't know if I can do the full event between the baby and really just expenses. I do not have a lot of money to go play. So luckily some friends gave me some used tires and a bunch of other stuff, and I'm just gonna go out there and do the best I can with what I got. And last time that worked out really, really good. Went out there, wrecked the car, cobbled it together, murdered them in the heat race, started on the pole in the main event for, you know, the big Vegas show, and was leading until my right front shock took a shit, and then I fell to 10th. I heard the Chrysler 400 block is better to build than a 440. True. The webbing is stronger and the bore is bigger. So you can build a bigger motor out of a 400 than you can a 440. Plus the block is shorter. So like in a Charger, you can run a better intake manifold and still have good air cleaner clearance. Let's see. I want to create a Daytona Charger convertible. No. The roof line on a Charger is badass. Why would you want to cut that off? It just doesn't look right. You're in school right now watching this, Eli. Them teachers ain't learning me the right things. I need to learn car stuff. Alright. Arm's getting tired holding this thing. I don't have one of them doohickeys on the windshield where it just holds the phone. Would it be worth stroking a 383? Yes. Same thing. I mean, a 383 has a 383s kind of get overlooked. I prefer 383s over 440s because not only are they lighter, they're like 20 pounds lighter, I think. But they're lighter, they have a shorter deck height, so you can actually run better intake manifolds, everything. And you can bore and stroke them out to big cubic inch. So I like 380 trees. Get a phone holder, yeah, I know. I always think about it though after I've already started. When are you going to be restoring cars again on the channel? I'm doing 2 right now. What I have found, I mean, I like restoring cars, but what I have found with YouTube is the metal fab stuff on YouTube isn't really worth it. Like restoring cars, because really, how many people want to watch replacing a quarter panel or a trunk pan? People on YouTube want to be entertained. And plus, I like doing fun shit too. You know, thrashing cars, building junk, seeing how long it will last. I love doing that stuff. So I'm still gonna do some restoring stuff on YouTube, but it'll be a lot more shorter videos, pretty much just like highlights and stuff. They don't really do that well. Neither is engine building. I don't get that one. Let's see. A 283 with 350 heads. I think you lose a lot of compression that way. Somebody said I missed their comment. Who was that? Dee Dallas? Oh, I didn't miss it. Yeah, okay, gotcha. Generally goes by my house every Sunday. Oh, in New Zealand. Wow, that's pretty cool. Would you rather put a European V8 Ferrari Maserati in an American shell? Not really. They ain't got no stroke. I mean, I like torque. So I don't need to dump the clutch at 9 million RPM to spin the tires. I can dump the clutch at 2,000 RPM and the torque is just gonna rip the tires loose. Just like America, everything bigger is better. I do like the way some of them sound though. Some of those exotic race cars, I do like that. What's the best way to convert a 6.9 Charger from drum to disc brake setup all around? They sell a lot of conversion kits to do that. I mean, there's a ton of them. Willwood makes them, but I'm just not too happy with the bolt-on Willwood stuff on these cars. It's really underpowered for the weight of these cars, especially if you want to drive it hard. But there's any of like the single piston stuff up front, like you want big pistons and big brake pads. The stuff Willwood sells is little itty bitty pistons and little itty bitty brake pads. We're not trying to stop go-karts here. We're trying to stop cars. So just keep that in mind. Did I learn how to work on a car on my own? Yeah. The best way to learn how to work on something is by screwing up many times and costing yourself lots of money, so you learn not to do that again. Engine building doesn't do well on YouTube. Actually, if you have a dyno to show before and after stuff, it does really well, but I don't. Let's see. What? Oh. Reynold Jones, thank you. I'm glad I could help on some of that old restoration stuff. What are your plans for Fool's Gold? Big in tires, more horsepowers, and go around corners. Lighter is better, and that car don't weigh shit. Greetings from Italy. A flat crank V8 would be cool. I think so, because then I don't think you need as much counterweight, or any. Or no, it's flat plane V8, I think is what they call it.
Have a good one.
Yeah, take care. More honks, more compliments. When are you going back to North Dakota car abuse? Soon, I hope. When are you gonna do another Roadkill episode? Yeah, we were gonna film an episode of Roadkill actually today. Today was the 23rd. We were supposed to be filming an episode of Roadkill Garage at my place, and I drove 1,500 miles in 24 hours round trip to go grab this duct tape, or not duct tape, but to go grab the red Duster from Roadkill, or from Motor Trend. And I get it home, we get the plan, me and David talked about it, me and the producer talked about it, everything we were gonna do. We were gonna replace the floor pans and put like a blower motor inside that red Duster. We had everything set in stone, and then they pulled the plug on it. And so now I have this Duster sitting at my house that I don't know. So they pulled the plug on that. Maybe I'm too ugly, I don't know. Maybe they don't like my voice. Where's Daisy? It's in the backyard. We actually had to go get some mouse traps because the mouses have been shitting and pissing on top of my blower. So they need to die. Will it run videos seem to draw the most on YouTube's? Yeah, they do. And what I would like to do, actually what I'm going to be doing, and I already have plans for it, is yes, the will it run and drive videos are popular, you know, and a lot of it's staged. But what I would like to do is kind of like the will it run and drive videos, but have some kind of event to take it to afterwards. So like will it run and race type videos, because I like the racing stuff. Will it run and drive, I mean, as long as the engine spins over, you pour gas down a carburetor and it has spark, boom, it fires up. I mean, it's, and how many times can you watch that? But to see some old hunk of shit go flinging around a track or doing some kind of event, I want to do that stuff. I think that would be fun. Do you still got the yellow Duster with the blower on it? No, actually, I sold that to Dulcich. Dulcich has Lemonator now. What's the best setup on a Charger to drift it, drag it, and daily it? Believe it or not, my General E, we drift the shit out of this thing, and it's stock. This car is all stock. I mean, if you want a car that drifts real easy, when you put big sway bars in them and all that crap, it binds the front suspension up too much, and it's not easy to throw it into a drift. But when you got the stock toothpick sway bar and the dinky soft springs, you can really throw the weight around and it drifts easy. You're even pulling tires off the ground. It's cool. Am I still planning on building my yellow Charger? Yes. I'm going to do a video explaining why I haven't touched that car in a while. It has to do with I spent too much money on the engine. It's too fancy. I don't want fancy. I just want a carburetor now. I want simple but powerful. And I made the thing too heavy. I mean, it's got 200 pounds worth of freaking blower on the front, and I want to go road racing with it. It's just stupid. I wish I could go back and tell myself, no, do not do that. So I need to go backwards to go forwards on that car. How many times have I watched the film Vanishing Point? Honestly, at least once or twice a week. Honestly, I do. That is my most favoritist movie. And I usually play it in the background when I'm working on cars at the house. Because I've seen it so many times, I know exactly the scenes of even tire screeching noises. I know the whole movie. Let's see, which Charger is your favorite, 68 or 69? I like the 68 grill, but I do like the 69 taillights better, because I think the 69 taillights fill the tail panel better. The 69 grill, actually, 69 grill just kind of looks like this. You get a big gap right there. So I would rather not have that. What is your favorite carb ignition setup for a Mopar 360? Well, honestly, MSD and a Holly works great. This is no dumb question, but what's the difference between a 2-bolt main and a 4-bolt main? It's just basically the bolts that hold down the cap. The 4 bolts are stronger, but if you take a 2-bolt block and you splay it into a 4-bolt, then it's way stronger than the 4-bolt was. interested in plucking up more 71 to 4s. I have my eye on one that's down the street from me. It's a real 71 RT that's all original, rust-free. I've been eyeballing it, but it just doesn't have the cool factor. Like, it's F8 green interior, you know, black vinyl top, black stripe. I don't know, it just doesn't scream cool. Maybe if I threw some badass wheels and tires on it, but eh. Can I pull up to graveyard cars and troll them? You know what sucks is, okay, I like car building shows and I like Mopars, but I have a hard time watching graveyard cars. There's just so much stupid fake drama. Just leave that crap out of the show. Nobody really wants to watch that fake drama crap. But I get it. Did Vice Grip Garage know who you were when he interviewed? I think David Freiberger told him who I was and told him a little bit about the car, but I don't personally know him. He seems like a really cool dude. We need to get you and Dalton, a few and other friends together to do junkyard run at Will It Meets, race, dirt track, rag, whatever. Yeah, I agree. I'd like to do something, but it's so hard when everybody's in different... Hi.
How you doing?
Good.
Oh, fine. Are you selling or not?
No, it's not for sale. No.
Okay. I know that.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Take care.
All right.
Yeah. So that would be the 4th time I've been in this parking lot. Is it for sale? Is it for sale? No. No, it's not. All right, where did I leave off at? What's the plans for Dulcich's green 68 Charger? I've talked to him many times about that. I don't know if it will ever go anywhere. But he has thought about just doing like a ratty will it run type thing, putting one of his motors in it, but I don't know if that'll ever come up. Do you like the altercation swap kit? No. Don't like them. You shouldn't put coilover suspension on these cars unless you plan on doing big coilovers, because the problem with these inner fenders is you have to run short coilovers, then you got to run short springs, so you really can't run a tall enough spring to preload it to get a nice riding car out of it. You have to run a stiff spring, and then they ride like shit, and when you have stiff springs, you don't get a whole lot of weight transfer to the back. And so then not only does your car ride like shit, but you just lost forward drive. And so, yeah, not a fan. How is the turquoise Charger coming? It's good. I just put the motor back together for it. I'm doing a bunch of upgrades to simplify it. Getting rid of the accumulator, getting rid of all the additional coolers, just going to run one big ass radiator. I put a road race oil pan on it, and I'm cutting a bunch of weight out of the car. I'm just trying to make everything stupid simple now. It's no longer fuel injected, it's carbureted. It's just, simplicity is key. I have found that out every single time I've tried to get fancy. All right, where are we at? 70 Chargers are my favorite. I like them too. Not so much a fan of the bumper, but I like them. How is your kid doing? He is doing great. I am going to be building a Vanishing Point Challenger. I have a 70 Challenger that is all ratty, and we're going to do like a will it run video with it, and then after that we're just going to bomb it white, and I am going to beat the shit out of this car in the desert. I even want to jump it. Just a little jump. And then after it lands, I'll fix it. But I want to live out the Vanishing Point driving scenes. I want to be jumping medians, or jumping, across highways. I want to do the bridge, or I want to do that little short jump that they did. I just want to beat the crap out of it and pretend I'm Kowalski. Yep, graveyard cars, too much drama. Nope, don't like altercation. Oh, I guess I missed a lot while I was talking. Sorry if I missed your comment. I am trying to... Where did I learn your metalwork skills? By screwing up. Yeah. You learn fast when you screw up. I thought you were a hack when I saw you knocking the B-pillars into submission a few years ago. I'm trying to think of which one that was. But, yeah, I mean, I'm by far not the greatest. I never said I was the greatest. I just show what I do, and if you learn something from it, cool. If you don't, then if you think I'm a hack, well, I mean, maybe I entertained you with stupidity for a minute. Oh. I do appreciate everyone that watches the channel. That's really the only way I can stay in this car hobby. Everything is getting so freaking expensive around me. If you had free time, what would you... Oh, what would I have to do to pay you to do a 69 Charger for me? I do not have the free time. I thought I heard the woman's coming, but false alarm. Wait, do everything except the bulldozer scene. Yeah. Maybe I'll get a Vanishing Point diecast car and just throw a stick of, or throw some fireworks in it and do like a fake scene. I don't want to be in the car for that one. Didn't the Generally have a headliner? It did. I pulled it down because it was black, and I insulated the roof, and I'm getting ready to put tan up there. Not enough time in the day. Not enough time in the day. Any interest in building a 66 Charger? The way I look at 66, 67 Chargers is they're kind of like grandpa cars. They have really cool dashes in them, and I kind of like the interiors, but the exterior body lines and everything, it just, yeah, just not quite mean looking to me. Alright, Minty motor, trans, and diff. Well, Minty has a mildly built up 360 in it with just a 727 and a 323 rear gear with 31-inch tires on it. And it is awesome. I love that truck. Thanks for the content. No, you're welcome. I mean, I just posting stuff that I think is fun. When will we see the second part of duct tape drags? Okay, so part 3 to the duct tape drags video that I have. I'm waiting on a video clip from Freiburger. Will he ever send it to me? I don't know. But I forgot to turn on the stupid GoPro camera for the last pass down the drag strip. And of course, that is when I oiled down the track. But Freiburger had a whole bunch of GoPros on my car because it was like kind of the star of the event for him. So he had GoPros inside it, outside it, and so I just hit him up and I was like, hey, can I get a copy of the footage, specifically just this one scene, just so I can put my YouTube video out there? And I'm hoping I get the footage. If I don't, you still see the car go up in smoke from the outside, but it would be cool to see it from the inside because I literally couldn't see. Oil went all over the windshield, and I couldn't see where I was going, so I just kind of held the steering wheel straight until the oil kind of thinned out to where I could just turn to the side of the track and stop. But yeah, I'm just waiting on one clip. What happened to Smurf? Nothing. I drive it all, now that it's cooler outside, I drive it all the time. I do need to put better flowing mufflers on it because those Spintech in and out the same side mufflers are terrible on flow. The exhaust goes in one side of the muffler, hits a sheer block wall, has to find its way through a 3-inch hole into the other chamber, hits another block wall, and then comes back out the same way it went in. So I need to get rid of those mufflers. They suck ass. Got any Super Beater stickers left? I do. One thing that Thanks for reminding me that. I meet a whole bunch of YouTuber guys, like way smaller than my channel, and my channel is dinky. Like, I appreciate you guys watching my channel. My YouTube channel, to, like, compared to some of these other guys, is small. But I do see a bunch of smaller YouTube channels that have merchandise. Like, they got stickers and T-shirts and hats, and I'm like, and I've never had anything except for those stickers. I don't even have a design for the channel. I just never pursued it, I guess. I don't really think of myself as like a merchandise guy. I just try and post stuff that I have fun doing. But I need to, because I get asked a lot if I have merchandise, and I never have anything. Looking on eBay for Dodge Challengers from the UK. I really feel bad for you guys overseas trying to buy muscle cars, because there are scams everywhere. I see my cars in scams. People just steal the pictures, they think, and they advertise it as their car, and they try and sell it. So there are scams all over the country trying to take advantage of people that can't show up in person and have to wire money. So just be careful. I mean, they are everywhere. How satisfied were you actually with the blue mufflers? Oh, the Porters? Actually, the only downfall to the Porter mufflers, the only downfall, is they're a little bit heavier than like your cherry bombs or something like that. But I mean, they're quality material. They're thicker gauge metal. They are actually tightly packed, stainless or like steel wool mesh or stainless steel packing. And they have a steel spiral core in there. So, I mean, you're never going to damage one of these mufflers. I mean, hell, you could use them as a skid plate. But they work very well. I'm actually pretty impressed with them, because I've gone through a lot of mufflers, and they suck. They're good when you first put them on, but it's almost like the packing inside of them, like that, the fiberglass packing. After you drive it for a while, it's almost like that fiberglass packing or lighter material packing gets compacted itself inside the muffler, and then there's just no sound deadening happening anymore. Doing any more Roadkill in the future? Well, I thought I was going to today, but they pulled the plug on that, so I don't know. Seeing you work on these cars made me suck it up and get mine finished. Yeah, I have to watch the videos too, just so to remind myself to get busy. When are you going to pull the fender on the... How do I scroll? Oh, there it goes. When are you going to pull the quarter out on that fool's gold? I'm not. Never. It won't happen. It won't. You can't do it. The frame rail is buckled and bent up 90 degrees. The body is folded over itself. That all just has to get cut out and replaced if you were wanting to restore the car. Plus, why would I ruin perfection? It's so cool looking. What happened to the Charger that you found in the ravine? It's sitting at my place in Arizona. Actually, so that ravine Charger, that 68, that's actually what I plan on doing for next year's duct tape drags. Like, there's no way in hell you can get a 68, 69, or 70 Charger into duct tape drags that even remotely still looks like a Charger. So mine is so... That ravine Charger is so beat to shit, I figure that's the only way I can get a 68 Charger into duct tape drags, is using that car. Merch is a huge expense to get started, but yeah, I know. And I never have any money. It costs too much money to freaking build these stupid cars. Greetings from Germany. You should hook up with Demolition Ranch guy for merchandising. I'll have to keep that in mind. What is your favorite car, and do you still have it? Yes, Patina. That's still my favorite car. The Generali, actually, the Generali is like kind of tied with it. Like, some people don't like the Generali, but I grew up as a kid watching the show, always wanting one of these cars to thrash on and beat and just go down dirt roads and just have fun like they did in the show. And so my Generali is not a pristine show car by far. It's beat. It's dented up. It's got lots of road rage marks, not road rage, but road debris marks. And I did all of that to it. I beat the crap out of this car. It's on its third engine, its second transmission. I've had to replace a suspension in it twice. And I love it. I love beating the crap out of this thing. That's why I got it. When do you think Daisy will see the light of day? I keep thinking on doing stuff with it, but the problem is I just don't have any money nowadays. I don't even have money to really do YouTube cars. So it's hard to throw money at such a big project. And I don't know. I kind of made Daisy too fancy. I want to simplify it. Let's see. Any idea what year that Charger was thrown in the ravine? I don't. It didn't have any plates on it or nothing, but I could tell it was a long time ago. Long time ago. If you come to Italy, I will gift you a Fiat 500 from 65. What does that even look like? Doesn't it? I guess it looks like the new Fiats, but like probably half the size. Would I even fit in one of those? I'm like 6'2". What happened to the black 69 RT Charger? Okay. That was one of my dream cars. I never thought I was ever going to find one, a real black 69 RT 444 speed Charger. I bought one. You saw the YouTube video. And I couldn't afford to restore it properly. So I was going to leave it kind of ratty, just fix the drivetrain, put new interior in it and all that. And I just happened to take the car to Muscle Cars at the Strip. I put skinny slots on it, fatties in the rear. I put a skeleton in the driver's seat and had it all cool looking up, staged up for the show. And some guy offered me $45,000 for the car. And I thought about it. Even if I would have restored the car, did all the work to it myself, that was the best option. And so I sold the car, really because I needed the money too. But yeah, I sold it. Chris, been watching you for years. Thank you. Okay, Irish Outlaw Garage just made a good point too. Not only is the money a problem with building cars nowadays, the parts are absolute garbage. I have gone through so much aftermarket parts and all the restoration parts, like all these rubbers and the door seals and the seal for the filler tube on the trunk. When you buy them, they look great. They look nice and shiny and new and soft and pliable. Give it 6 months. They're going to look like they're 100 years old. They're garbage. Whatever rubber all these restoration companies is using nowadays is garbage. And then as for parts, same thing. I could go through a long list of stuff, but the whole reason Patina doesn't have an engine in it right now is because aftermarket world is garbage. All they got to do is call something a race part, and there's no warranty. Oh, that's a racing part. It's garbage. All right. How are the mufflers holding up on the General Lee? Good. They work most gooder. No, not for sale. You look smaller on camera because I'm in a big car. Yes, I bought the black RT from Jeff in Indiana. I am doing good nowadays. What do you think of rebodying a new Charger as a 68 to 70? That's a lot of work. And I don't know. To me, it kind of kills the vibe of driving a 68 to 70 Charger. So I like driving the old cars because it feels like an old car. It handles like an old car. They're way more fun. You can slide them around and drift and the body roll and just, I don't know. If you take this body off and put it on a new Charger platform, it's gonna handle better. There's gonna be less body roll. Takes the fun out of it. There's no danger involved. Uncle Tony's Garage does a good job calling out bad aftermarket parts. Yes, he does. There are a lot of them, and I should call them out. The only thing is when you start doing that, then you kind of maybe lose potential sponsors. And I could really use some because these cars are getting stupid expensive. What if you do a full-blown restoration? That's lots of monies and time, which I'm going to be restoring the 68 Charger for my son Henry. When he gets older and he can start helping me do it, I want that to be like a father-son project, and then I'm going to give that to him for high school. Because how many kids nowadays are going to be driving a 68 RT Charger to high school? Zero. Well, actually one. Which car am I in? The General E. Yeah, tools are also crap. Yep. A new Charger handles like a German taxi cab, because that's exactly what it is. And he is right. The newer Chargers, and I think Challengers, they share a Mercedes platform, and that's why Dodge has been running the crap out of that same body style for a while, is because if you go to buy a control arm for it or a shock or whatever, it's the same part number that's been available for like 30 years now. All right, let's see if I can scroll up a little bit. I don't mind the stock seats in a Charger, like the original, well, like these original seats here. I don't mind them. The only problem is if you're trying to like slide around and drift and do all that stuff, you are hanging on to anything that your arms can grasp, because there's nothing holding you in the seat. Nothing. It's basically like sitting on two pieces of plywood with vinyl. You will go this way, you will go that way, your head will hit the glass. You know, but it adds to the fun factor. Guarantee you take a new Scat Pack Charger, a Hellcat Charger, whatever, you take it around the autocross track, and let's say you ran a 50-second lap. You run a 50-second lap in the General E, it is a thrill ride compared to the new cars. Way more fun. Trying to go fast with ill-handling cars is the most fun you can have. Is the Murder Wagon still around? Yes, it is. I just worked on it 2 weeks ago. It's finally running and driving again. It had the dash out of it and a few other things was wrong with it, so we fixed all that. Holy crap, I got a lot of comments that just popped up. The green police might ban gas before your boy turns 16. I don't think that'll ever happen in any of our lifetimes, because look, I'm not 100% against electric cars. They have their purpose. If you're just somebody that wants to go to and from work and plug it in, that's fine. But for somebody like me that just wants to jump in a car and drive and enjoy and have fun and beat the shit out of it without having to sit and recharge it for hours and hours on end, it won't work. Will not work. Plus, it's not fun to go hot rodding in a car that sounds like it's a wheezing. It's not growling, it's wheezing. What do I think of the Australian Valiant Chargers? I actually get asked that quite a bit. Not really a fan. Maybe if I seen like a really cool decked out one, but just, I don't know, not really my body style. Not that they're like hideous and stupid, but you know, just not quite my taste. 833 or 727? What kind of question is that? 4-speed. 727s are boring. The only time a 727 is okay is when it's manual valve body, so you at least are doing something with your right arm. Wait, that didn't sound right. What's your favorite type of racing? I love dirt oval racing, but I will tell you that road racing is a lot of fun too. Problem is, there's just not a lot of road racing around here. I mean, there's none actually. Yeah, there is no road racing. And if there is, it's just little club races, which is not racing to me. Racing is pushing and shoving and really going after that win, not club events. And there's just not a whole lot of road racing. But dirt racing, by far the most fun I have ever had racing. Have you ever been to Two Brothers Junkyard in Pahrump? No, I haven't. You still like rocking the tunnel ram? Hell yeah! That bitch runs great. The Smurf gets 14 miles a gallon on a 600 horsepower tunnel ram. And it's no overdrive, 2600 stall converter with 293 gears. 14 miles a gallon. That tunnel ram runs awesome. All right, where are we at here? Enjoy your channel. That 71 RT is the bomb. I like it too. Oh wait, that's Uncle Tony. What's up, dude? I was just complimenting you a minute ago. Somebody said that you do a good job at pointing out bad parts or garbage parts, and so I had to compliment you on that. Well, I see the woman coming out of Barnes & Noble now, so, and she's got her friend with me, and my woman is totally camera shy. She's introvert, does not want to be social at all. So I will holler at you guys later. Uncle Tony, catch you later. Now I got honeydews to do. See you guys. If I missed your comments, I'm sorry, but they scroll by so fast I can't see them sometimes, especially when you're trying to explain something for a long time. I haven't done one of these lives in so long, now I gotta figure out how the hell to shut the thing off. I think it's that X right there.